That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up this folder.
1 second.
Just do it like
Wait on people to get in before I do everything right quick.
yeah. This gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna share the screen from my laptop when it's
All right. I'm just waiting on people to get in the room. So if you do lives back to back, will they still bring people in too if you do it another one? How does
yeah,
that work on YouTube?
they should.
Okay.
Same thing. Everybody still should get notifications.
Okay. It's still kind of early too. Let's see. It don't matter to me though, so I don't care how many up in here. It's still gonna people gonna follow in.
I got the fossil.
Shout out to everyone that is watching on the playback. If you want to fast forward at least 5 minutes, that would be great. Shout out to everyone that's watching the playback. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to everyone, man. We back once again. We doing a part two. I got my brother Chief Natural in the building right now. I'm gonna introduce him in a few moments. But I just want to shout out to everyone that's probably be watching the second time again. I love it. I don't mind it. And he finna bring some great historical facts, education, some intellect, and I'm gonna learn some things that I didn't know. So y'all just bear with us for one moment, please. Just bear with us for one moment. I'm gonna introduce him very shortly. Yeah, let me share some of this stuff out too, man. Cause I got a whole different let's see. Okay, there we go. They coming on.
Yeah. Center it.
While we wait, I'm gonna start it now. Hold on 1 second, but let me add this to the stage.
I got the track five on it.
Yeah, that's my intro, man.
When my heart was heavy, when my mind was tired, you walked into my shadows with a quiet fire. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight through. Brian Jehovah, carving my youth into something real, something new. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. When the lies were louder than the voice inside, you wrote peace upon me, pulled me to your side. Brian Jehovah, Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight through. Brian Jehovah, carving my youth into something real, something new. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth.
Shout out to everyone that's watching on the playback. Shout out to everyone that's watching right now live. I have a special guest. Special guest. It's an honor to have this brother by the name of Chief Natural. Shout out to my brother Chief Natural, man. I learned so much from him and others on TikTok. I met him on TikTok. He dropped hella fire, hella game. He breaks it down easy to where an eighth grader or even my kindergarten little cousin can understand. Let me bring in Chief Natural, man. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, brother? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. What you got on it today? How your day going so far?
It's all right, man. Just got off work and shit. And I like I said, I ain't want to miss this right here. So, man, you already know, man. I did not want to miss this at all. I see
Before
that
we get started, man, just tell the people just a little bit about yourself. You know how you got started and learning about this indigenous history. What made you just go full-fledged deep into it?
Well, first, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite at first. So
okay.
I was a Hebrew Israelite for about, I'd say about 4 or 5 years before 2018. Once they hit 2018, that's when I started to realize, like, shit, a lot of this shit that I'm reading is bullshit. And I said, ain't no way I came from Africa, because the Hebrew Israelites, they use Deuteronomy 28:68 to justify them coming from Africa. So they still think that promised land and all that shit, they belong over there. So I broke free because I challenged a lot of deacons and a lot of captains over those camps, over the simple fact that how the hell we came from Africa? Where's the slave ships? Where's this? Where's the slave manifest? I did my genealogy. I ain't seen no fucking slave in my background. I said, so where's this migration from Negro land or wherever you call it to America with my line? I said, how does that justify me? So call me sinners, blasphemous, you a devil, you're gonna burn, and all types of bullshit. I said, man, y'all still lost in the sauce. So I left that shit alone. So that's when I started looking into this dude named 432 Drop. 432 Drop is the first person I started watching regarding indigenous information, but he was still kind of on the Hebrew side. So I learned that he had like people that was under him. So I started looking at watching people that was under, and they was just full on indigenous. And that's when I started, you know what I'm saying, looking at who I was, finding records and shit like that, find out what really happened in history. You know, the beginning stuff. Was the Indians black? Did we come from there? What the hell happened? And here I am today, still chasing that. I mean, I know so much now, but still chasing that. Right now, I'm looking at the main historical events such as the Civil War, what happened during the Civil Rights, the African Association. I'm looking more deep into that now, because now I see all that ties into it too. Yep. So that's what led me to this indigenous walk. Okay. Oh, and before the Hebrew stuff, I was, pro-black, shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like most people.
For sure. Especially being a Hebrew Israelite, man. So was you one of those people that was outside hollering at people, man, that were walking by with
white hell yeah, I had my purple shirt on. Hell yeah, in Memphis, Little Rock, all that. I had my purple shirt on. Shit.
Okay. Well, shout out to you, brother, man. Well, I'm happy, man, that you continues to learn more, because a lot of people think you should always be stuck in one thing and not expand your mind to other things. So I can see that. I can see where you was coming from with that. Now, a lot of people say that black people are indigenous to this land, right?
Yeah.
Answer this question for me then. How does that fit with the fact that most black people were here before slave ships started coming here? So if there was a person, right? Let's say somebody say, well, it was no black people here before the slave ships. How can I explain that to him? Or how would you explain that to him? What's up, Max Rich? Hello. How would you explain that to him, that it was black people already, or indigenous people already here before the slave ships even touched down here, the transatlantic slave trade?
Hey, just for the record, can you repeat that question one more time?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I was all over the place with it. Yeah. Let's say, because a lot of people say that it was no black people here in America until the slave ship touched down in America.
Right.
But we know that there was already black people here in America already before white people even touched down here. How would you explain that to someone that believes that there were slaves? I mean, there was that there was no black people here in America prior to slavery, to the slave
What
ship.
I do, I'll just have a regular discussion with them and just say, hey, black people were here, yada 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 yada. If that don't work, then boom, that's when we take out the books, improve and edify. So I would take it to something so simple first, like terminology. Terminology for one. So let me open up my photo real quick. And it's the real simple things to start off with. Then you start advancing with the topic. Because some people, know what I'm saying, some people they need a lot more to prove that. Like I encountered so many people, it took months to prove that we were Indians, and they finally stepped on their other side, and they were like, "Yeah, ain't no substance on this side where I'm standing on." Hello, here it is, right? So we're gonna deal with something so simple. Everybody know this already, but it's something so simple, right? So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm going ahead to share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Present, share screen, entire screen.
Do I need to change my layout?
No, bro, you good.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
I think you do. Yeah, because it's still just showing me up
I
here.
got you. Hold on 1 second. Let me remove this. Boom. Hold on 1 second, bro.
Yeah, that right there. So a lot of people already seen this source already, but this is the facts on FOUL, Encyclopedia of World Phrases and Origins. So the first thing you have to do, you have to deal with terminology and show them like, hey, what is the indicators that they say that we are Africans? And the things they use is words. Black, N-word. N-word equates to slave, yada, yada, yada. That's what they use. So once you destroy that mental gymnastics of that and show like there's something else there, then you can't say I'm African because of this word. Because a lot of people were called this. We had Polynesians that came over here that were slaves. We had Chinese Negroes that came over here that were slaves. There's a lot of people don't know that many different types of Negroes came over here to America as slaves, but not in a big, massive importation like 12 million, 13 million, none of that. It's impossible, especially for that time, to bring in such amount of people, right? So right here at the top, again, this says the N-word when used by a white person to describe a black or an African person. Why did it make a separation between black and African person? Why did it make that distinction? This is probably the most offensive and hateful and hurtful term in the language today. Then we move on down right here. It says the N-word has also been an offensive derogatory term applied to Indians as well as blacks up to recent times. Why is the word N-word applied to an Indian? Modern Native Americans don't look like black people.
Facts.
So why is that applied? That's your first clue. So once you got that clue, you got to keep it pushing. You got to keep going. Again, we're just going to stuff that people should already seen by now. This is from the Oxford Dictionary. It says a dark-skinned person of any origin. This is still the same word, the N-word. A dark-skinned of any person. In earlier U.S. are usually reference to American Indians. This is what Oxford University said. So they scrubbed the internet and changed this and said, hey, it only means African. So why did you remove the Indian aspect and only put the African aspect? That's when you catch white people in their lives right there are like, okay, so we need to go all the way back and see what the hell had really happened. Why were you calling Indians the same thing as Africans?
Facts.
Right? So boom. Right now, like I said, we're just dealing with terminology. Let's see, what's this? Now, this is from a Native American. His name is Jack D. Forbes. A lot of people know Jack D. Forbes. And he did an extensive research into Africans and Black Americans and Indians. And he's going to show you that there's no difference between a Black person and an Indian person. This is coming from a Native American themselves. This is a Native American scholar. A lot of people should already know who Jack D. Forbes is. But, yeah, we're going to look
Who is J.D. Forbes?
He's a Native American historian.
Okay.
Yep, he's a Native American historian. So right here it says, as the reader will see, there's hardly a racial term which has a clear and consistent meaning over time and space. For example, the term Indian or Indio has been applied to many peoples, including the Indians of South Asia, which we know who those people are. You got your Fijis and your Negritos, your Filipinos. It's just the Black people there. As well as groups in the West Indies, the Americas, the East Indies, the Filipinos, the Chinese, the Japanese. Why did they say the Chinese? Remember I said earlier, there were Chinese and Japanese slaves too. These were Negro people. People wouldn't believe me if I told them, but they shipped out all the indigenous people from those lands and made it seem like life started with them over there. It always been Black all around this motherfucker. But the term Negro has been applied to Black Africans, the Indians of India, Native Americans. I got Josh the Hijack. It's really just Black Americans, Japanese, and slaves of whatever ancestry. Black has been used for all the above for non-whites in general. So once you know that, right, you got to stop thinking. You got to stop thinking that the word Black is only applied to African descendants or you being African or you coming from Africa. It's very broad. So you need to discover, like for everybody that's FBA, you need to really figure out, where does that Blackness come from in FBA? Where does that Blackness really come from with just being a simple Black American? Because now you see, it's not coming from Africa. It could come from anywhere. But you let these white people label you African with your Blackness. Meanwhile, you could have genealogy going all the way down to South America. You could have genealogy going to South Asia because we know the Pacific slave trade happened. You could have genealogy going down to the Caribbeans, to the Arawaks, and all various different tribes down there. You don't know. Or you could be a simple Black person that came from Europe, because we know about the Black and Moors, the Gypsies, and various other people that came over here that were quote unquote what they call swarthy, which changed later to Black, then Negro. So you need to define where your Blackness truly come from, and not just say I'm Black, I come from Africa, without the substance, without the burden of proof.
Facts.
So we say stop stealing Native American culture. I say stop stealing African culture. You ain't proved that you are African. So if you all you got is America and you say I'm a Black American, find your Blackness in America. Find your Blackness throughout history with your genealogy. That's what I say. And that's what I did. That's why I said my people come. I even did a DNA test too. Yes, the mainstream, but I did the little small ones, the small companies. That's what you really want to go to. So my DNA test points me to the Caribbeans and South America. I got a high level cell. I got a high admixture and genotype to the people in the region of Brazil and going all the way down to the small region of Cusco. They got them separations that's connected to me. And I'm like, what my Black ass doing down there? I've always been in America. Exactly. Now my people migrated from South America all the way up to North America. And I'm like, damn, I don't know how that happened. On Ancestry.com, I got relatives in South America, in Mexico, in the Caribbeans, who I never met, but we got a close relationship. If I pull up Ancestry.com, you ain't gonna see no related person in Africa. None. But why in South America? Why in Mexico? Well, it's because the story is lining up with who I am personally. I define my Blackness. My Blackness, my ancient Blackness come from South America. That's me. Brian, yours might come from who knows, the West or the East, or who knows, Canada for all we know. Fact. I ain't never seen your genealogy. Or who knows? You could be a black European. We don't know. But you ain't gonna be there because there's multiple different lines in your family. It's
Yes,
just
sir.
you might have the blood too. So
Yes, sir.
so what I'm saying is this: don't let Europeans and don't let African associations define your blackness. Your blackness is too broad. You got to define it yourself. You
That's
got to
true.
define it yourself. It's so much information to blackness, it doesn't make any sense. All right,
Okay,
but
so my thing is this to you then, Chief. So why so many? Not all. I ain't gonna say all, but why you think so many Black Americans accepted that label though? Like why so many accepted that African label though for so long?
it was easy.
Cause let me say this before you answer
Yep.
that question. Cause even for me, I'm from Mississippi, right? I never not once heard my grandmother or grandfather talk to me about Africa or anything like that, even on my mom's side or my dad's side. So it's
Mhm.
kind of so it was kind of weird for me, but for me, I'm gonna be honest, I went with it. You know, school, I was indoctrinated in school and stuff like that. They say we was from Africa. I got my folks telling me like, nah, man, you know, we some of us are indigenous to this land. Or they'll say we Indian, or I got Indian in my blood. Not saying I got Indian in my blood, or look at my hair, you know, all that other shit. And I used to look at them crazy. But why
Yeah.
do you think that a lot of people, even today in this modern time, still haven't released this African ideology yet? What's your thoughts on that?
It's because they ain't went through the journey yet and they purely just lazy. Calling yourself black without research is simply easy. It's just pure laziness. They don't care about who they are. They procrastinate about who they are. That's just how I look at it. When you see with the Pan Africans today, I see it all the time. We be telling them all the time, look, there's substance in blackness. It's ambiguous. It's broad. There's so much to that. No, fuck that. I'm a Pan African. I'm an African. Why not research? Nah, because y'all liars. Prove that I'm a liar. Nah, fuck that. It's just very simple. It's because people are lazy. They don't want to take that journey. They don't want to. You don't even have to spend money. We got libraries set up. We got data set up. We got books set up. We got websites set up. We got everything set up where you could get this information for free. We got people in our community that will teach you how to do genealogy for free. If me and you real close, I will offer to pay for your first membership just so you could take that journey. Because it's very important. No, I'm not saying you're going to get no casino money because white people created it for them. Native Americans couldn't get money until white people said they were Indians. So off the rip, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be federally recognized either. Me, I'm not federally recognized, but I got a manifesto. I'm acknowledged through the state of Arkansas. I went to the Secretary of State. I already showed myself. I got a national seal, a national stamp. You can make a manifesto and define yourself and make your own sovereign papers and define yourself and go talk to your leaders, your politicians, and let them know, acknowledge who I am. They will acknowledge because as long as you bring out what's that law from the international law, I gotta look at that of self-identification. I forgot the name of the whole thing. I gotta look at that. But many people know what I'm talking about. We got the right to self-identify. Just like you got all these people got the right to self-identify to be a fucking fire truck.
Facts.
Well, we know. So, but we actually got real proof on who we are. We don't need to go the Dogs Road route. We don't need to go the Native American route because that's gonna just tie you back to white blood. That's all it's gonna do. I'm gonna show all that, but all this gonna do is just tie you back to white blood and white blood alone. Because white people say you cannot be an Indian without their blood. That's it.
So why do you think white people started to claim Indian to be Indian in the early on since you brought them up? Like why was there? Was it to block? I'm gonna use black in this conversation, but was it to block black people from getting benefits and things like that? Why do you think that, or why was it?
It's exactly that, the benefit. You got land allotments, you got people owning land, and you getting aid from the government. You don't have to pay taxes. If black people have this, if they can reach out and grab this anytime, that would destroy their businesses, their corporations. That would destroy their political power, because black people having that type of benefit, that equals power. They want to keep us in slavery subjugation. Shit, I don't know. They want to keep us in that state. It's something about that state they want to keep us in. If we ever grow to a power, potentially we could rule them. If all black people had access to all their money, and they know we are already have the top spending power right now, what that means for them? They already lie about their numbers. White people already lie about their population. So if we know that we're the majority, and also we got access to that money, that fucks up everything for them.
Okay, so with your studying and by you learning stuff like what was happening in America, what was it about the black indigenous people that they feared so much then? Like, what was it that they feared about us then? Because it's something. It got to be something strictly about us on this land that everyone, number one, want to take a shot at us. Everyone want to copy what we do. Everyone want to stop us from, just like you mentioned, getting resources, having money, having pieces of wealth. What did they see during that time? Before I'm just gonna use slavery as an ending date. But during that time, what was it about us that they feared for us to have those things? Yeah, I'm doing 2 lies. I am my ancestors' dream. I'm working you tonight, baby. But yeah, what was it? That's what I want to know. What did you study? What did you learn? What have you picked up on that might have white people scared of the black indigenous people?
One, you ever heard of the old world fairs? The infrastructure of how America looked before they demolished everything. I'm going to show you the power we have.
Okay.
Real quick. I got to go to...
What's going on, Mad Dog? Shout out to Kentucky in the building.
So I just want to show like how America truly looked before these white people even took over. Real quick. Oh shit, I thought I was typing. So this is how our land look. This is what when we say we built America, this is what they mean right here. We don't have these infrastructures no more. Just look at the surrounding buildings. Look at this. They know American Indians. I don't know what the fuck camels been doing in America, but you see the pyramids down there at the bottom.
Yes.
All this. This is what they're afraid of. They destroyed everything we built. You don't see no buildings like this in America today. White people destroyed all this. Our inventions, our ancient inventions were better than what we have now. Everything is dumbed down. Even the internet, AI, we had all this shit back in the past. And you know the way how all this shit is structured, we would have to have some type of advanced type of technology and shit like that. But I'm just mainly just dealing with the infrastructure. If you look at how the infrastructure and this shit looked way back in those days, this is what they were afraid of. If they left us unbothered, imagine how America would be today.
Facts.
Now, what I found out recently, in the Civil War, I found out black people own white people in the South by a mass majority. The North came down here, they seen that, and they got sentimental about their white relatives, their white brothers. We had people from Scotland and Europe. I'm going to show that. We had people from Scotland and Europe coming over and seeing their brothers, like they're pure white, blonde hair, blue eyes. But we come up and say, oh, they got we use their own law against them. Oh, they got a Negro mama. That's why they're slaves. So we had this whole shit locked down. The North wanted to end the slavery because white people were slaves down here. That's why. Now, the reason they're afraid is because, remember, Stonewall Rebellion, all the slave rebellions and all that shit. We were whooping these people ass. We were not these weak ass people. Now, when you mention brute strength with intelligence and this infrastructure, I would be fucking afraid too. if they bring this shit back. Because they don't know what the black man and black woman is capable of. Well, I mean, sorry, they do know. But again, what happens when you leave that unbothered? What happens if they just leave us alone? Let us heal. Give us our funding. Give us reparations. All this shit is going to happen again. This is going to happen again. Hold on. Where that building I just seen.
I'm gonna answer this question right quick, while you're looking it up. They saying Ghana's king is visiting HBCU today. Thank you once again, baby, for the gift. I appreciate that humbly. Yeah, I did see that. We're gonna act a ruckus about that too. We're gonna put our foot down on that also. And I thank you for reminding me about that also. Go ahead, brother. Chief. My bad.
No, but that's all I was simply saying. Like, this is our infrastructure. This is what America looked before, they destroyed everything. Everybody think about fucking wooden houses and carriages and shit like that. This is the foundation. This is what FBA created. This is what Black Indigenous created before they demolished it. This is who we are. Though I'm saying there's so much more to who we are that these people don't want us to know. And that's all I really got to say on that.
Because you made a great point, Chief. Because even today, right? And I know people might say I'm ignorant for saying this, but when they try to compare us to Africans or say we are African, it's wild to me because when I look, I've been to Nigeria before. I've been to Nigeria a lot of times in my life because my dad, he used to go out there in the 80s. He was a missionary. So I used to fly out there with him a lot. And my thing is, we got all these inventions. We are so innovative. We have created things. People take it from us. We'll create something better. They haven't done nothing out there in Africa like that. And that's what makes me say there's no way that we can be connected to them. Even when the Africans do come over here, and let's say they invent something, it's going to be an offshoot on what we have done.
Right.
That's what always going to be. So, man, I totally agree with you on that, bro. Like, everything that you said, I totally agree. We a different breed, and those white people saw that. Those white people really saw that. So, my thing, I'm going to ask you this right here. And I know you probably already answered that, but why do you think that America right now want Black Americans to look towards Africa but not look towards this land? Why you think that? Why they always want us just to focus on the motherland, quote unquote, Africa being the motherland, but not us focusing on what's going on here in America?
Because they want this land. It's that simple. And they want us. Man, look at the state of Africa today. Look at the mindset of Africa today. To call somebody Nigerian right now is a fucking slur.
Yes.
And who they always compare Black Americans to? They want us to be Nigerians.
Facts.
They want us to live in the state of Nigeria. They want us to think Nigeria. They want us to think that these people are great. But when we look over there, all we see is people sitting in the street eating their own shit. The buildings I just showed, if we came from them, our ancient buildings that we have should have been over there and look way better, because that's supposed to be our forefathers. Those are supposed to be our relatives. You under the hottest sun. But yet, you are the dumbest. What they did, they went to Africa and got all the smart geniuses, and they just knew who the fuck was gonna build America down the seed and shit, and just say, all right, we're gonna get all these smart motherfuckers from Africa and keep all the dumb niggas and put them over here in Africa. Is that what happened? Because it don't make no damn sense. How the hell South Africa doing great? And to me personally, they the ones had I could say their mind is almost not just as great, it's almost as great as ours, because I seen them build a helicopter that was flying off radio frequencies, a TV that was activated off radio frequencies and shit.
Yeah, I saw
you had to plug it in. I said, so they do got some brilliant minds, but they in South Africa. They say we come from West Africa, and I guess that's where all the dummies at. So they say, yeah, we got these nice cities in Africa and shit like that, but those are white people cities. They built that shit.
And with those, when you said those are white people cities, they just let you know that when the white people left, I'm gonna just use Nigeria for example. They haven't built anything. Well, they built a couple things, but they haven't just updated it fully since white people left Nigeria, and that's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. But I'll pause right there. Shout out to everyone that is watching. Shout out to everyone that is watching. Make sure that y'all follow my brother Chief Natural. Hold on one second, Chief. I'm gonna add this right here. This is Chief Natural page. Make sure y'all follow him on YouTube and follow him on TikTok. Make sure you follow and subscribe to his channel, man. He drops good game. Just like I said, man, I met brother Chief Natural on TikTok, man, and I always just sit and listen. I might not come on the panel, but I do listen, just pick up some game or whatever so I can learn something. But make sure y'all do follow him. Make sure y'all do follow him. Chief Natural. He's on YouTube and he's on TikTok. So make sure y'all follow my brother. But make sure y'all get the hearts up on the channel, man. Make sure y'all continue to comment. And make sure y'all also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring it back to the stage right here. Hold on one second. Once I figure this out, brother, I'm gonna be good on this, man. Hold on. Wait till I learn how to maneuver. There you go. I got you.
Gotcha. So, for example, the city of Makako and Lagos, we can see literally boo-boo water. Hold on. We can literally see boo-boo water right here. They ain't gonna let me slide because I ain't trying to slide into my Instagram. But we can literally see boo-boo water right here. They literally go out, sit on the porch, squat, and sit in the water. They step in this water. They drink from this water. And they bathe in this water. This is Africa when you leave them to their brilliant minds. White people ain't fucking with them in Makako.
So late.
They not suppressing them. You got your own government. You got all that shit. And this is what you're capable of. So you want black Americans to come to Makako and help you get out the shit that you made, literally. No. If we were like that, I guarantee Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, what's the other one? Montgomery, Alabama, all these black places, all these black cities would look like Makako.
Facts.
We will look just like Makako, but we not.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna add this to you too, Chief. This is another thing I always say in a lot of my videos. And I'm gonna use slavery just for example. Even during slavery, we wasn't living like that. Or our people that was prisoners of war. We wasn't living like that. There's nothing written that we was, hovering around boo-boo water. Even if you think about like Louisiana or the coastal areas when we was in the swamps and stuff like that, you didn't hear about us living like that, even during that time. Even like I'm from Mississippi. So if you go down 49, there's still like slave houses, whatever, and you'll see an outhouse. But then when you go on some of these slave plantations, they'll show like, well, some of them didn't have outhouses, but they'll still dig a hole, use the bathroom, cover it up, or they might burn it up. These people do not have no type of common sense of that. I never heard none of my family members or none of my ancestors or anything like that was pooping and pissing in a puddle of water where they drink and brush their teeth from or bathe from. I never heard of that. And that just kind of irks me to see people like this, that they say this is where we come from, but we don't act like that. And when you talk to these Africans, they always say, well, the white man gave y'all. They're like, no, nigga. Even when the lowest of times of life, we didn't live like that. Now, we might bathe in the pond, the creek, stuff like that, but we didn't shit in that motherfucker. We shit in the woods.
And that's the thing right there. In our Indian culture, they say we digged holes and basically we wasted in the holes and we buried the back. They said that's what we did. We always been clean people. That was before, I guess, we had the toilet, I guess. I don't know. But man, it's like this even with me personally. If I see a fucking fly land on my burger, I throw the whole fucking burger away. I ain't chopping out the piece. They would eat the whole fucking burger and don't give a fuck. Flies already be on their face. let's say we had a plate of that nasty ass Chinese food. Shit spill on the ground. We just gonna let that bitch be on the ground. Africans will scoop it up with their fingers and eat that bitch off the ground.
Lick it.
Lick
Yeah,
it.
lick it.
That's how you know this. We're different. We never been like that.
Never.
Oh.
And I'm a transition, bro. Oh, go ahead, go explain that for him. Go ahead, explain that.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna wait till you finish doing
No,
that.
go. You go.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is why I was talking about that white man blood. Like, you can't be an Indian unless you're white. See what I'm saying? So this is the Oklahoma tribes in the legal battle over tribal membership. It says tribes have also wrestled with historical legacy of Indian whiteness, right? And controversies over membership. Federally recognized tribes have the power to establish their own criteria for tribal membership. Now watch this shit. It says in 1975, the Cherokee Nation enacted a provision restricting memberships to descendants of individual labeled as Cherokee on the Dawes Commission rolls. Well, it's because, Mom, you gotta hold up. It's they said basically if you're a Cherokee, you couldn't be an Indian. You'll find out why. Which we compelled in 1890s to allot the land under the Dawes Act. The Dawes Act, I be telling everybody, if you under the Dawes Rolls and you say and you push that Dawes Rolls to say you an Indian and you say you federally recognized, I call you a Siberian nigga. That's what I call you. Either
Why you say it like that though? Why?
Because the only way you could be on those rolls is if you have the Siberian blood or white man blood. If you're a descendant of them, it's not the other way around. So I said, if you come to my face and throw any record that's dealing with blood quantum, I always call you a Siberian nigga.
Can you just give a brief when they talk about blood quantum? I hear that a lot sometimes when I be scrolling. What does that mean? Do we have anything to do with blood quantum?
That's basically saying if you had sex with a black person and produced a child, then shit, you can't be an Indian, you can't be white, you're a nigga, yada yada yada. And guess how they define it by? It's not your genealogy. By the structure of your nose and the structure of your lips and your skin complexion.
That's it.
That's it. And we got tribes in 2026 still going by the same shit.
Really?
See, when I started talking about the Civil War, and we started talking about the white slaves that we had, white people will literally say, "Oh, you must be a descendant of a white person. Your nose is a little too big." Meanwhile, we got a lot of white people with big ass noses today. So they say off the rip, from the mindset of the 18 to 1700s, if you got a big nose or big lips, your mama was black. It don't matter how. It could be 1,000 years down the line. Your mama was black. They got no way, no criteria to even prove that. That's what the fucking 1/8 rule is. Blood quantum. That's all it is. Just looking at you and say you a nigga or you're a descendant of a nigga. That's it. That's all that it is. And this is what this is right here. This is what it is. So I had a debate with 3 wannabe African freedmen.
African freedmen.
Wannabe African freedmen. They actually Indian freedmen.
Okay.
But they said that African descendant. They say they are freemen, and we're freemen through our African descendancy. I said, okay. I put all the information up, show the Indian slavery, show that Indian slaves went through the same thing as African slaves. I said, show me your African genealogy. I don't got that. It's just when my people say, I said, fuck your origin. I don't care about your origin because they say fuck our origins. So fuck your origin. So show me a slave manifest. Show me a slave payroll. Show me something. Oh, we don't got that. I said, well, I'm going to say you're Indian freemen then because you can show me proof that you're Indians, but you can't show me proof that you're Africans. Your skin color don't matter. Because we come from a time where they didn't give a fuck about skin color at first. Especially in the 1600s. That didn't define if you was a slave. Your status defined if you was a slave. If you was a pagan, that defined you was a slave. If you wasn't a Christian, you was a slave. So you got to take all that into account. What made you a slave? What made you a descendant of a slave? And if you was a slave or not. Because a lot of black Americans wasn't even fucking slaves. Well, people don't know it or not. Y'all were actually, when I say y'all was living in the South and you had control of that shit, we was at a perpetual war from the 1600s all the way up to even up to 1890. We still was in war, physical war. So how the hell are you a slave and in war at the same time? I don't get that unless you're getting captured.
Cause you know what they do, Chief? They'll say it was the Siberians that they was in war with. They never mentioned us that we was in war with them. They was always talking about the Siberians was in war.
Them motherfuckers rubbing dirt all on their damn body. Don't know how to fucking hunt. Don't know how to plant. And you telling me they can win a fucking war? All them Native Americans ain't won no damn war. They made up these fake wars, such as the Battle of Little Bighorn. That, man, when you look into that, it doesn't make sense. You got 4 or 5 horsemen and a whole bunch of white people, and you say you won. And they talk about the most treacherous war they ever dealt with was the Buffalo Soldiers, where the Buffalo Soldiers were black Indians.
Facts.
From the South. We went to the West to your territories and whooped your ass and dragged your ass back over here. Facts. And they got mad because black people was teaching in them Indian boarding schools. We taught the Navajos how to speak English. Black people.
Facts.
We taught them math, how to grow. But they mad at us though.
Okay, hold on. Before you, I don't mean to cut you off because you dropped. I don't want to forget because you saying some things. Excuse me. You saying some things that keep coming to me. In Philadelphia, Mississippi, they have a big, huge Siberian native population out there, right? And they got their own reservation. Let me make sure I'm telling you correctly too. Hold on, I just want to make sure because I've been out there a few times. Hold on, I just want to make sure. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I want to make sure I'm telling you correctly. Yeah, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Yes, Neshoba County. Yeah, I'm right. Neshoba County. Now, Neshoba County is about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And there's a lot of casinos in Philadelphia, Mississippi. But they do have, what you call that, Chief, where they live in, what you call their own reservations.
Yeah.
You know a lot of them people, the reservation is raggedy as hell.
Yeah.
They don't grow nothing on there. They don't do nothing over there. Like nothing.
They talk to them.
Okay, check this out. I looked this up. I was doing a little research about 2 months ago. And I was just doing a deep dive about the dark-skinned black people that was there in Neshoba County. You know, they said that there was approximately 3,000 black indigenous people in Neshoba County at that time. But when you look at it now, it shows that we're no longer there anymore. And they replaced, they keep referencing the Siberian people as the real natives. But if you look at certain news articles about, because white people came in the 18, but that's here or there. But it just shows that it was black people already there. And the white people that came, they used those Siberians to move the black people out of there, out of Neshoba County.
We talking Mississippi now.
Yep.
When it was damn near 100% black.
Facts.
Where the hell these natives came from?
That's what I said.
We need to. All we need to do is follow the money with this damn reservation and see who moved there. From what location they moved, I bet you 10. If I do my research into this reservation, I bet you they migrated from the west into this reservation.
Yeah, because they said they came. They said they came in the early 1800s. They were talking about the late 17 or the early 1800s.
So they wasn't in Mississippi. They moved to Mississippi.
Yep.
Well, there go your answer, bro. There go your
answer.
There go your answer. You got a lot of people from the West Coast move to the East Coast trying to create reservations and make it seem like they always been there. That's a fucking lie. That's why we've been getting on these Native Americans about their birth certificates, about their social security cards, all this shit. We want to see a connection between you in the West and you in the East. But every time they show us, there's no fucking connection. Your genealogy always started in the early 1900s for some fucking reason. And they turn around and say, oh, we didn't keep up with that. Well, bitch, because you migrated here.
You migrated.
That's why, because you migrated here. You're an immigrant. Why you think ICE is rounding y'all ass up right now? Because you're old ass immigrants. I can't wait for the day they round up them critters.
What's the critters?
They start with a C. Them critters.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait for them to start rounding them up because a lot of them ain't got here until around 1890. There wasn't a lot of white people here during the slavery times.
It wasn't. So,
I just want people to wake up to that notion, man. We ran in America in those times. We was at war. If you was a slave, why you at perpetual war during those times? They don't make no sense. Why are they trying to unalive you? Trying to destroy your function. They said we was all that good, sir. Yes, so master. No, so master. We were good people. We were good slaves. So why the fuck you at war with us? That don't make sense. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it for how it is. They fucking lying.
They is.
They was too busy trying to take control of America. As they was trying to take control of America, they was changing shit as it goes. They was changing. That's why I showed you the buildings and shit. They changed the shit out as it goes. They know they ain't had the blueprint to none of this stuff, so they had to demolish it. A whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yep, flooding them out.
So I got something for you. So with that being said, we just gonna fast forward just slightly. When they started doing the reclassification. Now I know a lot of people. Reason why I'm asking him these questions, and I know a lot of people in the comments might know, or a lot of people that are watching already know this answer. But what's the reason do you think they reclassified us? What you think was the major reason why they do that? The main reason why they reclassified us here in America?
I said the answer before.
I know. That's why I said
to take the blood right of the land, to take the land. I'm gonna tell you this. They say Afghanistan and all these other places got more resources than America. We got the biggest resources. That's the big bummer. I mean, that's the big news flash right there. From South America to North America, we got the most gold, most resources, most lithium, most everything. America got it all, even up to Canada. A lot of the land untouched. They try to pillage Africa for all their shit. Eventually, the world's gonna lead to America for these resources because we don't touch our shit. We don't touch it for a reason. Think about all the resources that's in the Caribbean that's underwater that got flooded out. Think about all the resources that's under Florida, the parts that's underwater right now. We got so much shit around us that people don't see. All the resources we got in the Grand Canyon. It's a bunch. They want to take our land because they want to have ownership of that. Because once we get rid of them, we got everything to put us back on top on power. Let's just say white people go back, everybody go back to where the fuck they come from. We're going to be the superpower again.
Facts.
We was the superpower before. People don't know about it. Black Americans, we was the superpower back before it. Why you think 7 nations, all these people rushing to America after the fall of Tartary? Everybody want to come to America. It's so beautiful. These people are respectable people. Blah, blah, blah. Then also we became savages. We became disgusting. But when they first got here, we was beautiful and all types of shit, right? So we was intelligent. We had a law. Hold on, what the fuck? Wow, they ended the TikTok live. But
really?
Anyway, yeah, they ended the TikTok live.
Well, you must be cooking too hard over there.
Yeah.
You know how they get down.
Man, they always get me. But I ain't worried about that. But anyways, we had all of this. And now all of a sudden they want to change it up now. Now they're trying to give it to the Native Americans. But when we talk to some good Native Americans about ancient America, they always say, "Oh, we came here, we already saw this shit. When we came here, we saw this shit. This shit was already built. You people were already here. You already had infrastructure." But the Native Americans ain't gonna tell you they came over here for the means of war. We got that information too.
Say that, can you repeat that again? The who of war?
The Native Americans came over here for the means of war. They came over here to invade. And they got their ass beat. They lost. Like, we got all that information too. We call it the Mongoloid invasion. It happened in the 13th century. From the 13th to the 12th, from the 12th to the 13th century. No, from the 12th to the 14th century. Right after we whooped their ass, we actually had these motherfuckers in slavery. I can show you the codex on how we had these fools in slavery. They came in, white people seen them and felt sentimental for them because their skin complexion was a little lighter and helped their ass out and start calling them the idiot. That's what happened with that. They burned down all our codexes, all our murals, everything. They destroyed it all.
That's crazy.
To show proof that we was running shit. We had infrastructure. We had stories. We had all this. And they literally got websites that tell you we destroyed that all. So what the fuck they was trying to hide?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, if y'all on TikTok, y'all gotta come over here, man. Yeah, because they just shut that page down. I guess I don't know what the fuck I said in that one. I thought I was trying to.
You wasn't saying nothing.
I was trying to be as. Hold on, let me see if I can appeal it. I was trying to be as clean as possible. They got me in TikTok jail to the 29th.
Yeah, the appeal there.
I ain't tripping. I barely go live. But yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
I gotta finish tapping into that though. And I know you say you wanted to go into genetics or and some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there in a minute. But go ahead, go continue to build.
All right, so they said right here, y'all, just taking y'all back. They said that the Cherokees wasn't allowed to be Indians. Well, you finna find out why.
I'm finna get some water right quick. Hold it. Keep going. I'm listening.
I got you. So they said that the Cherokees wasn't allowed to be Indians. That should tell y'all right now that the Cherokees were black people. And black people always, what's the main thing black people always say? My grandma said we was Cherokee, Cherokee this, Cherokee that, Cherokee this, Cherokee that. Well, you see in history, they said Cherokees wasn't allowed to be Indians. Why is that? So it got to be some type of truth to that, right? Mind you, every black family say something about Cherokee or Choctaw or something like that. Even though we were something different before Cherokees was created, I feel like Cherokee is a new tribe that was created once we all had to get together. Because we had to amalgamate one together because they was taking our land. They was pushing us. They was removing us from our land for gold and certain other mineral rights. All right. So right here it says, while such descent provisions are common among Indian tribes, in the Cherokee instance, this restriction has significant racial consequences. It says when the federal officials compelled the Dawes Rolls, they subscribed to the notion that Indians could not be black and vice versa. So they already had a racist intention and said, no, y'all can't be no Indians. Who the fuck? Who came up with that shit? Even though before this, it was widely known Indians were black. Widely known. Then they said they therefore divided the Cherokee into those whom they consider actually Indian, and labeling them as Cherokee or those they perceive as black. So at first they just said Cherokees couldn't be Indian, but if we take away all the black people, now we can make them Indian. You see what's going on here? And this is the Dawes Rolls that they love talking about. This is the shit that they say, oh, you got to use this to become an Indian. So what is full blood? Y'all finna find out. Labeling them as Cherokee and those they perceive as black, whom they labeled freedmen. So now they say those little Indians that were black in the Cherokee tribe, we're going to call them freedmen instead. Many of the freedmen had been slaves of the Cherokee and possessed a significant amount of Cherokee blood, but they were regarded as ineligible for Cherokee identity because of their racial identity. By limiting the tribal membership to those labeled Cherokee on those documents, the Cherokee Nation excluded most descendants of Cherokee slaves, as well as others whom seemed to the 1890s classified to be more black than Indian. But what did they say up here? Tribes have also wrestled with the historical legacy of Indian whiteness. So what is Indian blood? If they just say we're going to go and remove all the black tribes, and they say the Indians struggle with Indian whiteness, so what is Indian blood? It's white blood. So they went through the tribes and they seen anybody that presented themselves that looked like a nigga, we're going to take you out. But anybody that looked close to white or white, they're Indian. That's what the one drop rule is. That's what blood quantum is. So they literally changed what an Indian was in the 1890s. So they openly admitted that the Indians were black in this document and said, no, fuck that. We're going to make them white. Then that's when we get the racial integrity act with Walter Plecker and all this other bullshit. Everybody should already know about that by now, what Walter Plecker was doing, and all those narratives of black people talk about. So, we're gonna go to jail if we say we Indians. They were unaliving women at the hospital for putting Indian on their birth certificate, throwing them in jail, hanging them, all types of shit, just because they call themselves Indian. Look at the narratives of Walter Plecker and all those black people out in Virginia. See what they were doing out there. Then the shit spread it to North Carolina, South Carolina, to Alabama, then Mississippi with the miscegenation, all this shit. This same thing spread. But you see right here, that's what they mean by you cannot be Indian, and it's because of the whiteness. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, I already broke that. I broke it down, Joe.
You broke it down perfectly, man. You broke it down perfectly. Now, my favorite part of the conversation about this African stuff is the Pan-Africans. What's your thoughts on Pan-Africans, man? What is your true thoughts on them?
Shit, they idiots, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. They foolish. You know Melvin Herskovich, right?
The white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like to call him the father of all Pan-Africans. I got this the part where I gotta send everything from my laptop to this computer. But Melvin Herskovich, they say, who they say, well, the Bozo, whoever, they say he the father of Pan-Africanism or something. But
I forgot his name because I did
Marcus Garvey.
It was a white guy that cause he taught at one of these schools out here back in the 40s or 50s. I forgot his name.
Let's see.
His name was he had one of them weird last names too. I'm having a brain fart.
It was a German name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a German name.
It's always the fucking Germans. It's always the Germans off the rip.
Oh man, what's his name, man? I remember I talked about this too. It wasn't Martin Delaney. It wasn't him. It was because he was in Harlem. He was in Harlem, Philadelphia or Harlem, but he was in Harlem also. And he was pushing it. Well, he was in New York, Manhattan. He taught in Manhattan, but he was in Harlem pushing it, man. I forgot that guy name, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all help me out. His oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. His name was cause they call him the godfather of Pan-Africanism. Hold on, let me look. Hold on, I got it in my notes. Hold on.
I got you. As you doing that, I'm sliding this other shit to my Telegram so I could pull this up. But this is something that Melvin Herskovich said himself. He's supposed to be the father of all Pan-Africans. He the motherfucker that went to Africa, seen some Africans eating fucking gumbo or whatever the fuck you call it.
And not Umar, y'all, not Dr. Umar.
Oh Lord. Yeah, Dr. Umar colonizer.
Hold on, y'all. I'm looking through my notes now because it's the name on the tip of my tongue, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Oh yeah, this is gonna explain it all to what you was talking about earlier. About that one drop.
Not Sylvester Williams, y'all. Hold on. I know y'all name some good names. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking through my notes. Give me 1 second. It's Bozeman, Bose. Hold on. Man, it's on my
Okay, I got all that moved over. About the Herskovich drop. Don't know how many people actually looked into Melvin Herskovich.
I don't know too much about him.
Okay. Well, we finna bring some shit up about him. So Melvin Herskovich. Melvin Herskovich was an American anthropologist who helped to first establish the African and African diaspora studies in American academia. So anything you see about African dancing, gumbo, rice in the fucking hair coming out of fucking Africa and shit doing slavery time, it's from Melvin Herkovich, this German. Also, Melvin Herkovich is a Jew. You're gonna see a lot of Jewish people and these so-called black people linking up together to create African studies. Why is that? Goes back to what I said earlier, to strip us from the land. We know the Jews want to come over here now. They want to live over here now. They said recently the only way they live over here now, they got to remove their black populations. They can't stand us. But they've been working so hard to make us connect to Africa, to make us want to leave America and go to Africa ourselves. They can't ship us to Africa because they know America is our land. They can't do that. They can't do that. So they try to trick us into going to Africa ourselves. Then once we go over there and try to get all fucking sentimental about the African people and shit and want to build their land up, what happened? They either unalive us or destroy. They get jealous and destroy what the hell we built for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see no point even going to Africa. I don't see no point in black Americans helping Africans because they're going to get jealous because they can't build the shit themselves. But they let a white person come over here and build their shit for them. This shit crazy.
Facts. I 100% agree with you. I cannot find that guy. I'm still looking for this guy, man.
That's fine, bro. I'm gonna keep rocking that until you find him.
Yeah, keep going.
But Melvin Herkovich, he created an African American study. So anything, I'm telling y'all, in y'all current research right now, FBA and American Indians, and even if you're a Pan-African out there, you bring up anything dealing with African people and comparing it to African Americans, it came from this guy. And I'm gonna call you a fucking sellout because he making the bullshit up as it go. Your studies is coming from a white person trying to connect you back to Africa. The same, he believed in zoology. He believed in the evolutionary theory. He believed you're a fucking ape. He believed all that shit. And yet y'all want to uplift this man's studies? Webb Du Bois believed in him. And what's that other guy name? I forgot his name. I forgot that other person's name. Is a black guy. He was the first person to study under him. Hold up. Look back over here. Everybody like talking about him too. I forgot it. I gotta see what the fuck his name was. Gee, I don't know. I forgot this guy name. I thought I had him in the beginning of my presentation. Oh, here he is, right here. Never mind. Is this him? His name is no, it's not him. That's the guy that refuted Melvin Herkovich. The guy that refuted Melvin Herkovich, his name was Franklin Frazier. I forgot the father of the Pan-African shit, the black one. I forgot his name. I'm gonna have to look that shit up. But just getting back to what I was saying, he was known for exploring the cultural community from African cultures as expressed in African American communities. I'm trying to see what the fuck we do that Africans do. That's what he did. He's the father of that. He is the reason why they compare us to Africans. He worked with his wife, Frances Shapiro Herskovich, also an anthropologist in the field of South America, the Caribbean, and Africa. They jointly wrote several books and monographs. And again, he was born to a Jewish immigrants in Ohio. And he was born, he was born in Ohio. And went to he attended public schools. But that's just a little bit about Melvin Herkovich. So right here, let me make sure that's everything. Yeah. So right here, this is a quote from Melvin Herkovich himself, where they get all this fucking, oh, so you're a white person, or you're a mix. The reason we're brown skin is because a lot of us mix with white people, which is not true. Because if you got people in Congo And you got the people in South America with the same complexion as us, and Ethiopians with the same complexion as us. Where the fuck that white man blood at?
Franz Boas, that's his name.
Oh yeah, he mentioned in here too.
Franz Boas, that's his name. Franz Boas. Franz
Yeah,
Boas.
anthropologist too, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of That's one of the main. That's one of the ones that they say he's the godfather of Pan Africanism.
Yeah, he did it, man. That man crazy. I'm gonna tell you that he crazy as hell, man.
Yep,
he crazy as hell. I'm working on a Franz Boas folder too. But I'm gonna get to this because y'all need to know why they keep calling us. You need to know why they saying we're part African, we're part white. Y'all gonna see where this fucking shit comes from, and you're gonna see that there's no substance in it at all, no substance. So right here it says a recent writer upon the question has pointed out that the American Negro has in his vein not the blood of one race alone, nor two, but three. They saying we three people in one. We're a new nigga. And it says this statement appears as a truism to those who have had any intent and context with the Negro race, particularly in the Midwest and in the cities of the Atlantic coast. But it is unlikely that even they were prepared for the statement of the anthropologist Melvin J. Herkovich that of 1,551 Negroes examined by him at Howard University and in Harlem, 33%. There go that number, 33%, 1/3 claim partial American Indian ancestry, right? He said there are several ways of checking this statement. With regard to the Indian ancestry, I tabulated the places of birth of the, okay, I don't got that part. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Okay, this is the reason I got this because the highlighted shit. He said 33% of us claim to be Indians. So get over here. Yeah, I do got the next part. It says men who claim to be descended from the Indian in parts, and I found that by far the greatest number of them came from the states where historically we know there were a large Indian population. Consequently, again, the Indian population were black population. It says these figures finally substantiated his statement that Negroes have mingled with the American Indians on a scale hitherto unrealized. So now he's the one that said that we intermingle with Native Americans, and that's how we have our Indian blood. But in his official study, you're gonna see how he come up with that bullshit. Which I'm gonna bypass all that and get straight to it. But it says that the two races did mingle their blood on a large scale. Also, we found Native Americans attractive because they're not fucking attractive, and then we accepted, and then be accepted as a fact. The question that next arises: when were and under the circumstances did this intermixture take place? To this, no complete answer has been given, nor is likely to be forthcoming. That shows you right there that they coming up with this bullshit.
Facts.
So they trying to find a solution to it. How come all these black people are calling themselves Indians? They must have intermingled with the Indian population, what they call Indians today. Remember in the last source I just showed, they called the Indians white. They went from black to white. Now they say black people can't be Indians. Now they're doubling down, going back and saying, why are all these black people calling themselves Indians? You know why. Now they're trying to play games right here. But it says, to this no complete answer, yada, yada, yada. I already read that part. It is my purpose, however, to present herewith a certain facts which will indicate something of the character of relations between the Negro and the Indian within the present limits of the United States. So we're gonna. Okay, so this is from Melvin Herkovich too. This one is very important. Right here, this shows you that black people were here in America, and they knew that black people were here in America before the Europeans arrived. So this is from the so-called father of the African studies himself. It says, according to the theory that dates back to the time of the Spanish conquest and to the support of which Dr. Leo Weiner has recently lent the support of the vast erudition the New World has known to a certain Negroes long before Columbus landed on the shores of Hispaniola. This coming from Melvin Herkovich himself. So why are you saying, why are black people claiming to be Indians? Why are they saying that? You just admitted that they were here. But watch the bullshit, right? According to Peter and Boba, found Negroes in Darien in 1513, some of whom were in bondage to the Indians, while others had established a colony from which they waged war with neighboring tribes. It is believed that these Negroes were Ethiopian pirates. So now you're trying to call the Indians that y'all found here, the black Indians, you make up a bullshit and say it is believed. That's conjecture. So you're making up shit. And not one time the Ethiopians came to America.
Not one time.
Not one time. But now they want to say it is believed that these Negroes were Ethiopians. They're pirates. They gotta be. And they waged war with other Indian tribes. That's the white people I was telling you about. Now let me show you that real quick. Then I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna show you exactly what the fuck he talking about. Why was black people raging war on Indians before Columbus and them even arrived? I'm gonna show you what those people even look like. See, they be lying so fucking much. They could just flat out just tell the truth, though. I don't understand it. They could just flat out tell the truth. But these people, they're gonna take the lie to their grave like they've been doing.
Yep.
So here it is right here. And a lot of y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all already saw this before. This is the Ethiopians that got the Indians by the head. This is in the Codex Mendoza. So I guess this is how Ethiopians dress back in those days. I guess these are the Ethiopian pirates. They got the Indians by their fucking hair. You see how these folks be fucking lying? And we all know these black people are dressed like Indians. They got the Mayan Aztec attire on. We can clearly see. And these motherfucking Asians, these Native Americans, these Mexicans, these are the people that invaded our land before Columbus got here. When they came here, they saw us beating their ass. That's what they seen. And they made the big switch, made him the Indian and made him the African.
Wow.
Now these are Ethiopians. It is believed, right? That shit is crazy. But yeah, I could go through these codexes all day, but I ain't going to. I'm just going to go back to where I was at first. What they say, he said, it was believed that these Negroes were Ethiopian pirates shipwrecked on the coast. Boy, y'all are crazy. So this is right here. This is where I'm going to end it with Melvin Herkovich. This is Melvin Herkovich's paper itself. He said, for decades, the Negro has been with us and accepted us as a menial, regarded as a captive savage. What did they call the Indians? Savages. Not long out of slavery. Indeed, as far removed from the animal. This is Melvin Herkovich's mind. You see what he just called us?
Yeah.
He just called us animals.
Yeah.
But this is the person y'all like to bring up. Y'all like to bring up his case studies and say that we're Africans because they do this over there. That came from Melvin Herkovich. He said y'all animals. It says doing the lowly work for the rest of us. And it says taken as a matter of course when doing it, the Negro, it has been felt, was all right in his place and his place was not questioned by many nor even by the few until very recent times. So jumping on down, he basically saying, us niggas was basically saying, yes, sir, yes, master, we loved our place. We wanted to be fucking slaves. That's basically what he was saying. Right. So jumping on down right here, where is it? This is how they defined us as Negroes. This is where that one drop rule came from. It says what is this new Negro, which they called us? This is what may he been. Sorry, it says this is what he be said from the things he has done. What is his ancestry, and to what extent can we call him a Negro at all? It is amazing when we think that with all the admitted seriousness of the Negro problem before us, there has been absolutely no attempt to discover what has been happening to the Negro physically and racially in all the years he has been in this country. And it says, we know, of course, that there has been a vast amount of white blood poured into the Negro population during the slavery times, but we have never tried to investigate how this might have affected the physical structure of the resulting generations. Theorize, though, we may have about intellectual effect. We do not, as a matter of fact, even know the tribes of Africa from which African ancestors of the Negro population came. So they straight up telling you right there, we don't even know what populations they came from. We don't know what African tribes they came from.
Facts.
So why are y'all believing you come from Africa? They should have the tribes written down. They should have all this history written down, what people they got them from what. So you tell me they just went to Africa, just snatched niggas up and just threw them on the ship? That ain't what happened. And it says whether they came from the people we call true Negroes or from the mixed peoples who live to the north or these tribes in Africa. So where that part where it says right here, this the only part I read. It says again, you may have heard that the Negro, being a cross between two racial groups, is mixed with nothing and can be done with him. And since the mixture always lowers the stamina of a people, there's not much use thereof bothering about him. So that's basically what they just saying, that we're just a mix. Hold up, is this the? No, that's not it. I didn't even put that source in there. I'm just gonna say what it was. But basically, he went by Melvin Herkovich. He went by. He looked at the Negro nose and the Negro lips, and he said basically like if the nose is a little narrow or a little thin, that means you're part white, no matter if your complexion or not. If your nose is real big, your lips is real big, that means you're a true Negro. That's what they went by. And your skin color went with that too. So that's how they decided what race you was or what people you come from, just by looking at that. That's what Melvin Herkovich, I ain't even put that screenshot in here, but that's what Melvin Herkovich had brought out.
And so this is what a lot of Pan-Africans follow is that dude?
When everybody we debated, such as Historic Foundation, Teaching on the Move, Mofex, various, they always use Melvin Herkovich to prove who a Negro or not, and don't realize that this shit is racist as fuck. You can't look at somebody's nose and say, you come from here. That's how they define who is an Indian or not, by looking at our nose and lips and our skin color. Nothing to do with blood at all. He just told you they didn't even know the bloodline of the genealogy of the Negro. So how can they tell you what tribe, or how can they even tell you that you come from Africa?
Exactly. These folks, boy, these folks. But hold on. Somebody said this right here to you right here. Can you see that comment?
First black man was brought by Spaniards in 1558. Yeah, they was brought here. There were some black people brought here from other places.
Exactly.
What type of substance is this though? Like, what are you trying to say?
This is what you trying to say. No
clue blacks were here before slavery. Watch this. Watch this. Let's bring up Dr. Dixon. He said no proof. You can keep that. Is it possible you keep that comment up there?
Oh,
yeah,
I got you. Here you
keep that up there. This is for Jerome Holmes. Jerome Holmes, you fucked up. You should have never said that. This is why I say it's important for y'all to do your research before making these statements. And I see you up in the age, so I know you stuck in your ways. So look, check this out. It says Roland B. Dixon, the son of Louis Dixon, Ellen Barrage, was born in Westchester, November 6, 1875, and died in his home in Harvard, Massachusetts. So basically, who is this person? He prepared at Hopkins School. He entered Harvard and was graduated in the class of 1897. Following his graduation, he was appointed assistant in the anthropology of the Peabody Museum, and he started doing archaeological work in the field in Oklahoma. So this right here is the anthropologist, right? I want you to know exactly who he is before I start tapping in. His name is Roland B. Dixon. Watch this. We're going to the book called The Racial History of Man by Roland B. Dixon, the same guy. This was made in 1923. Remember, you said there were no black people here in America before slavery, right? Boom. We're going to jump to the page 479 in the general conclusions. It says, in stature probably tall, the proto-Negroids. Keep that in mind. The proto-Negroids may be supposed to have been dark brown in skin color with strong curly or frizzly hair. That's an afro. And it says, among whom remained within the tropical environment, the pigmentation was intensified. The tropical environment. What is that? There's Florida. There's Arkansas. There's Louisiana. There's Texas. There's the Caribbeans. There's the top part of the size of Mexico. And that's the top part of Brazil. All those is the tropical environments of the United States right there. So watch this. It says those people, their skin pigmentation was intensified. Their hair became increasingly woolly. So that the Negroes peoples today, that's me, that's Brian Jehovah, that's everybody in the comments, may be regarded as much blacker and hair much woollier than their remote ancestors 30 to 40,000 years ago. He's talking about the proto-Negroes. So we know now that Dr. Dixon said that the proto-Negroes are our ancestors, right? Mm-hmm. Watch this. Going back in his book. The cranial from these mounds, he talking about the Clovis mound, the biggest mound in the America. Well, not the biggest, one of they got the most finest. It says the cranial from the mounds are furthermore of two periods, one contemporary with the erection of the mounds, and the other later and intrusive. Although the number of the crania complete enough for determining these types is small, it seems possible to reach the following conclusions. Pay attention. First, that the builders of the mounds, those Indian mounds, the builders of the mounds were a people among the dolichocephalic factors. That means long-headed. That means long-headed. That's us. Not them big-ass cone-head shit. They talk about us. If you look it up, the Negro has a dolichocephalic skull shape. It said factors are in large majority. They're the majority. And it says, second, that these were mainly the proto-Australoid and proto-Negroid types found in the mounds by a renowned anthropologist himself said that shit. So for you to sit up here and say black people weren't here, well, an anthropologist, an expert said black people were here. In fact, they are the oldest people here in the mound. He said they found them at the lower base of the Mount Watch.
Hold on, Chief. Chief, you cooking. This was his answer to you.
My bad. First, black people were not slaves, but freemen. They were still brought by the
Keep cooking, bro. Keep cooking.
I'm gonna show you that the freemen were black Indians too. I can show you that. But we're gonna keep going. Don't say my bad now. Don't
BTA.
That boy looked at that phone. But I'm gonna let you know, Jerome, I'm one of the biggest debaters in the Indian community. I debated so many Pan-Africans and it don't make no sense. And I still ain't got no L yet. I got more than 25 debates under my belt. More than 25. They all on YouTube. So, but look, our brothers, I can show you my grandma. My grandma look like an Australoid person. She like an Australian just by the phenotype. She ain't look that ugly like them now. I ain't saying it. But you could tell from her phenotype, she got an Australoid phenotype. I got an Asian bloodline too, South Asia. So our brothers is Australoid people, Australian-like people. Those, that's the Negritos, the Filipinos, all them. Those are our brethren. We're more related to them than Africans. When we're talking about genotype, we're more related to South Asians than them. And I'd rather be more related to the South Asians because they're cleaner. They have infrastructure. They take care of themselves. by Africans. Here we go. Y'all still acting like Neanderthals to this day. So, shit, I'm just saying. But Proto-Australoid people and the Proto-Negro people types does show affiliation with the Iroquois. So we even got the tribes, the Iroquois and the South Algonquin tribes. And third, the intrusive bearers, which means the ones that's, let's just say some niggas went to the top of the mountain and decided to bury themselves at the top of the mountain. Watch this. The intrusive bearers of the later day shows a larger proportion of long-headed elements, some of which, however, are lettering, thus differentiating them from the earlier cranial among the narrow nose and the head factors and practically absent. So what are they talking about? He basically saying the Negroes and the Australoid people were buried. I want to show a let me show a representation. Debating pan goofies. Do I got it in here? No, I don't got it in here. I was just gonna show you like the levels to a mound, but I ain't finna spend my time looking for that image. So just imagine a mound, right? And the mound got certain layers like that. Somebody dumbass went to the top of the mound, buried their dead, and left. But archaeologists went to the mound and digged all the way down to the base of the mound and found niggas. So at the top is different people, but at the lowest base of the mound is black people. So they say there's two types of people that live in America: a white passing people and a black people. That guess who? When did they went to go bury themselves at the top? It had to have been way recent. I'm talking about 1800 recent, 1900 recent. Cause they said the people at the bottom of the mound, they don't want to tell y'all the truth. They about more than 40,000 years old, but they want to stay talking about 13,000 years. That's when people came over 13,000 years. Bro, everything you're reading is theories. It's not theories. That was a scientific. This is a science.
What I'm saying.
Woo-wee. Oh my God. Hey.
Listen, I don't have all the knowledge that Chief Natural has, but he showed proof of everything that he's talking about, Jerome. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna show this.
Hey, hold on. This is what he said right here about the Olmecs. Now I don't know what about this.
The Olmecs were not black. They were literally Guatemalans. Guatemalans are black. They're two different people. There's multiple different peoples in Guatemala, but ancient Guatemalans were black. The people of Guatemala will tell you that themselves. But, bro, I could bring out the Olmec little thing later.
Yeah.
I just want to read this little paragraph because I brought this out last night.
And the last point, but when you're done with this, the last part I want you to do to send it off is the Out of Africa theory also when you get done with what you about to say.
That's if I got that folder.
Okay.
I'm gonna check because I think I got it in my laptop, and that's a lot of shit. Hello. I think I do got it.
Thank you for reminding me about that Mad Dog.
Fossils is this? Yeah, this it. Now this folder right here, this ain't nothing but scientific studies. So I'm gonna click this this PDF. This comes from the Science Direct, the early Holocene human skeletal remains of the Somaduro Cave, Lagoa Santa, Brazil, and history and discoveries. Now, this also answers your question about that Olmec shit, because we're gonna jump straight to that paragraph that talks about the people that live in central Mexico and what they was. So this is gonna kill two birds with one stone. All right. So we're gonna read this paragraph. It's this work was submitted in 2005 and received in 2006, which means it's accepted. See, it's accepted. So they accept this today. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about no theories. It says in this work we present new evidence supporting that the idea that the first Americans were very distinct from the late and recent Native Americans. They already killed you with the first sentence.
Can you break that first sentence down just in case Jerome don't understand?
They saying that there's a people that came before the Native Americans. That's basically what they're saying. The Native Americans today is not related to the people that was here in the past. That's what they're saying. So they're not going to tell you the truth when Native Americans got here. They try to make it seem like they got here thousands of years ago. No, the fuck they didn't. More like probably about 100, 200, 300 years ago. when all them immigrants was coming over here. But it says the first Americans were very distinct from late and recent Native Americans and Asians in terms of cranial morphology. It says the study is based in 30 early Holocene specimens recovered in the Sumadero Cave in Lagoa Santa region, central Brazil, by Peter Lawn in 1843. It says the Sumadero is the largest known collection of Paleo-Indian skulls deriving from a single site. This is the largest. And it says 6 different multivariate statistical methods were applied to assist the morphological affinities of the Sumadero skulls. All they just basically said they did like 6 different experiments to basically figure this shit out. It says in comparison to the whole whales, worldwide extinct series to the late archaic Brazilian series, here are the results. Right here. The results show a clear association between the Sumadero and the Austro-Melanesians and none of late Asian and American series. They basically saying these black people were found here first. They called them, scientifically, they called them Austro-Melanesians. But watch what they say at the end. These were coordinates with the previous studies of the final Pleistocene and early Holocene human skulls from South, Central, that's the Olmec, and the Mayans, and the Aztecs, Central, in North America. So they said they found them all 3 in South Central and North America, not just South America. And it says attesting to the colonization of the New World by at least 2 continents, by at least 2 different succeeding biological populations. An early one with the cranial morphology, this is the kicker, similar to that found in the African and Australian continents, and the later one morphology similar to that found today among Northeastern Asian. They just say they found African passing people, African-like people and Australian-like people in America in ancient times.
And when
they just told you.
When they say Australian-like people, they're speaking about the Aboriginals.
Yes.
And
they're not calling them African. They're not calling them Australian. They said they have a phenotype similar. If they already say we look similar to South Asians and Africans, come on now, make it make sense. Where the fuck are these people now? You're one. I'm one. Jerome is one, even though he want to deny it. So it's right here. So this study, and again, it is accepted 2026. I want to jump to the part where I already really read. I don't have to jump. It said that Central, they was in Central. So I don't have to read that. They already admitted that black people were there in Central America. In Central America, that's Guatemala. That's the Olmecs. That's the Mayans. That's the Aztecs. Did you say something about Oh yeah. Let me also show you this too. It's just a DNA sample of me personally.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, DNA. Let's do the DNA. Then we're gonna end it off with the out of Africa theory. My bad, brother. I forgot about the DNA. I had it written down too.
Let's see. I want to go to,
cause I'm gonna have to get you back on, man, in a couple weeks, man, too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. See, this is my samples. This is my DNA test. Roots from ancient America. What's down here? What I said earlier in the beginning of this live. I said my samples popped up in Peru and down here. Going over. This is my shit. When I compare my DNA to those ancient samples that was found there, 14%, 42% ancient South America. The study we just read, they were just talking about black people being down there, and now I got a 42% in connection to those samples down there. And pre-Columbian South America, I got 42%. Then they got early Indian civilization, 42. Paleo Indian 40. Not 42. 14. Ancient Puebloan 14. Andean civilization 56. This is just my DNA compared to ancient samples, not anything else around the world. Just my DNA compared to ancient samples, and that's it. And these are the haplogroups. And I already did a study that haplogroups don't got skin color. To let y'all know, just to let y'all know, they try to tell you that E haplogroup means you're black. No, it doesn't. Haplogroups don't have no skin color. So when you see Q, A, T, C1, and they just said me, a black person, and they just got a study that said black people were down there, that means haplogroups could be A2, C1, Q, Q1, and all that shit. Don't let these people box you in, but these are the samples right here that they connected me to. TW004. I don't have to read all that, but this is just the locations. This how many years it go back. So they said my bloodline was here almost 6,000 years ago. My bloodline. That's pre-Columbian. Oh, Hebrew Israelite shit right there. The Most High said he has woke us up for thousands and every day. Yep. I didn't know. What do you say? I didn't know or knew, but was a smoker screen. So they saying they didn't know this information?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. They didn't know this.
Well, y'all got to tap in.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow Chief, man. Make sure y'all follow Chief. He breaks down stuff like this. This is his expertise. That's why I like to bring, and like I was explaining to Chief and other people, I like to bring people like him and others to my platform so we can learn something. You know what I mean? Because I don't know all this information. I'm learning myself. So shout out to everybody in the comment section. Make sure y'all follow Chief again. Hold that right there for me, Chief, so I can put up your stuff right quick.
Okay.
So this is Chief Natural. Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok, and make sure y'all subscribe to his channel on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok, and make sure y'all subscribe to his channel on YouTube. He drop good fire. He break it down real easy, and it's easy to listen to. A lot of people can't explain information like this. A lot of people can't explain it.
Yeah, that's facts.
A lot of people can't explain it. I thank y'all, man, for watching me again tonight. Also, a second time, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. I humbly appreciate that. And I want to thank Chief Natural for coming on my YouTube, man, and just to talk to my people and just to educate my people, man, and put things in perspective that we already knew, but he goes deeper in it. You know what I mean? So that's why I like to hear brothers like him and bring brothers on my platform like this, you know. So when anytime I go live, I always try to bring different sets of minds. So next week I got a politician coming next week, so y'all gonna be ready for that. It's a Democrat too, y'all. It's gonna be a Democrat next week, so y'all be prepared for that next week. Out of Georgia. But anyway, go ahead, brother. I'm gonna remove this. Let me get back to this. There you go. Man, what's going on, Foundational Report? Make sure y'all follow my brother, Foundational Report. Shout out to Foundational Report, man. Shout out to my brother.
I'm looking for this.
Make sure y'all follow him also. Make sure y'all follow Foundation. Dang, y'all were talking about you early on the live. I think it was, I forgot what live it was. Tell people to get at you. I'm gonna have Daniel on that live also next week with the politician, because Daniel's more versed. See, I'm smart. I have smart people around me that's educated on things that I don't know. So Daniel, man, he's good at that politics stuff, man. So I'm gonna have him with me to back me up on certain things. So
okay, cool. I'm gonna be here to watch that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good, brother.
All right, so we're gonna close it with DNA.
Now, can we close it with out of Africa theory, please, sir?
Oh, okay.
Please do that. Let's do that, man. Cause just land it with an out of Africa theory if you can. Cause I just ordered me some food, and I really want you to just get to that though. Cause I really want it. But you can go finish the DNA. I know you just got out of work. I know you tired. I know you got family. But if you can just do that right quick, man, I'll be thankful for that.
Okay, I got you. Is this it? Thought I had this screenshot of that. Okay, so
Jerome, I'm sorry, Jerome. Things ain't going right for you. Jerome still fighting for his life.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to tell it to translate that live time because this source is what destroys the Pan-African theory. I mean the African theory, but it's written in Chinese. So I'm gonna have to translate that live time for you to see. But they destroy it. Okay. It's just one little paragraph. It's not. We ain't gonna go through the whole thing. But this right here dealing with haplogroup. They said most black people carry the E haplogroup. So, did you know there's another word for the E haplogroup?
Man, educate me, brother.
It's called YAP plus. The human Y chromosome haplogroup E is defined by the assertion of the allele element YAP plus in the mutations. They're going to mutations. We're just going to be dealing with YAP plus. If you automatically E haplogroup, you are YAP plus. The Y chromosome polymorphism YAP is known as the unique event polymorphism UEP that defines the DE, which is what they say in a genetic world. DE is the father of D and E when it splits, I guess. Mm-hmm. So we are E and D is in America, which saying like if you're the father of black people, then D got to be black too, but they want to change that shit. But the mutation occurs when a strand of DNA known as the allele insert copy of itself into the Y chromosome. It says all Y chromosome belonging to DE, D, and E, and their subclass are YAP positive, YAP plus. It says haplogroup E is found in Africa, Asia, and Europe, right? Now watch this. Watch this shit. See, we got it. Oh yeah, and this one, D is found in Africa. It's found in Asia. It's also found in America. Rubber chromosome, deep rooted in DE. Yeah, I already just read that. Now, right here. Now, you should already assume if you're E, you're YAP. If you're D, you're YAP. The YAP element is found in low frequencies in North, Central, and South America. We talking ancient times. The YAP plus allele characterizes the haplogroup DE, which is found in low frequencies in most native and admixed populations in America. Native Americans are not black. The YAP goes back to black people. If you're haplogroup E, your haplogroup is YAP, which means if they found YAP in America from a genetic standpoint, you were here in America in pre-Columbian time. Mm-hmm. This is considered evidence of admixture. They want to say it's admixture. Not so. You must mean admixture between D and E because they're both brothers and sisters. They're both brothers.
Facts.
The YAP plus allele descends from a single individual out of Africa or out of Asia. So when we're dealing with YAP, now you can't say black people came out of Africa. Now you got to throw Asia into the equation. But they want to keep tricking you with this E haplogroup because E haplogroup points you back to where? Nigeria. Ghana. But when we throw YAP in the equation, oh, now you fucked up. Now we got America. Now we got Asia. So yes, I do. You carry, I mean, if you're black, especially a black American, you carry the YAP plus. You carry the YAP plus. It says right here, we analyze the evidence supporting these two hypotheses. We conclude that the information available does not allow one to decide between the out of Asia or the out of African models. When we take the YAP plus into it, it says moreover, we propose a monophyletic origin and for each one for the YAP plus lineages. out of Africa and out of Asia models have been suggested to explain the origin and evolution of ancestry derived in the Yah plus elements. So since you got out of Asia,
keep going, Chief. I'm finna pick up my food right quick.
Gotcha. So since y'all say we got out of Asia now, you can't say we all come from Africa. And how long ago was this? How long ago was DE? 68,000 years ago. 68,000 up to 70. And you see right here, that's how old it is. The Yap. Let's see, we got anything else with that. Yeah, hence all Y chromosome belonging to DE, D, and E, and their subclass is Yap plus. So it's showing y'all from a genetic standpoint, these are all the people that carry the Yap plus element. You see all the names, Filipino, all the names we talked about earlier. If they say West Asian Jew, you know, those are niggas too. These are majority of black people. And remember, I told y'all earlier that they took black people out of Asia, out of Japan, and sent them off. But their samples is popping up with the Yap plus element. Afro USA, La Plaza Admix, a couple of indigenous. And the big one right here that was funny in Navajo, that showed me that potentially the Navajo people could be black people originally, and they name probably got taken. The Sioux, the Zuni, the Mayan got the Yap plus as well. Again, this had to be D or E. That's only black people and black people alone. Boy, I'm telling y'all, bro, they did a number on us. They lied about so much. They ain't gonna tell y'all the truth. But when y'all do y'all due diligence and actually research into this stuff, this is an individual that carries the Yap plus in Asia. And guess what? He got a haplogroup of D. So if people got a haplogroup of D and look like this, and they live in Asia, imagine how many people in America that got this same phenotype, got the same genetics that live here, and they're American Indians.
Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the gifts. Shout out to my brother Dane.
Thanks. So I'm done with that one. With the Yap plus, the Yap plus is what proves that we was in America pre-Columbian time, and also the L3 haplogroup was found in Puerto Rico about 1,000 years ago. So that's your indicator that black people lived in the Caribbeans for thousands of years before Columbus even got here. Okay, so the out-of-African theory.
The out-of-Africa theory, man. We can land on that, man. What you got on the out-of-Africa theory?
Okay, so let me go to...
I'm going to mute up because I want to eat on the mic, but I'm listening.
Oh, it's good. It's good. So
but while we doing that, y'all, shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for everything, man. Shout out to my brother, Foundational Report. Make sure y'all follow him. Also, make sure y'all follow my brother, Chief. Let me put this right here for you, Chief. Make sure y'all follow Chief Natural. Make sure y'all follow Chief Natural. I'll be on camera in a minute, y'all. Bear with me.
Facts. All right, so I'm gonna pull this over here. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, it's in this folder. DNA, E haplogroup. DNA is false.
Thank you, I am my ancestors. Thank you so much. I know I'm working you today, baby. I'm working you today.
Okay, translate this document. All right, if this is not the official document, we can easily just go get the file, and we can easily go get the file and just have it translated. Whoa, why you're not doing that? Okay. So I'm gonna have to go to Playground again. Where we at? Oh, that's the issue. I see.
Hey, now Ryan, I'm out. You know, I'm in Dallas, man. I wish we had rallies out here in Dallas.
Well, that
I'm
show
eating some
sound good
wing
right now.
stop.
I'm probably finna pull up to them.
Yeah, man. I had to order me some wing stop.
Why is it doing that? Permission denied. Try again. There you go. Okay, we doing it now. All right. So this is Google AI Studio. A lot of people don't know about this one, but this AI is so good at translating documents. It could translate a whole book, 1,000 pages in 30 minutes, and you can get anything you want. There's a lot of books that didn't translate into English. There's a lot of studies that they didn't translate to English for, you already know, for certain reasons. All right. So now it's translating this page live time. And I just hope this is the right page. It looked like it's the right page. Later. Where are you? Multi-regional theory. Where's the part about? It's the part about the chimpanzee. Populations. Furthermore. You know, eventually, the out-of-Africa theory. The out-of-Africa theory was built on the assumption of molecular clock. Okay, well, yeah, we could read this. We could read this one right here. All right, so let me zoom in. Yeah. All right, so this was originally in Chinese. It says right here the origin in Africa initially being regional African characteristics, subsequently dispersing outward from Africa and ultimately shaping the populations with distinct features across the various regions of Eurasia today. In this process, the ancestors who left Africa completely replaced the Homo erectus living in Eurasian continent, with a very little genetic exchange occurring between them. That's impossible. Fossils excavated in Africa, which represent the earliest discovery remains bearing some modern human characteristics, support this hypothesis. Furthermore, the interpretation of the objective phenomenon that Africans possess the highest genetic diversity is provided by the molecular clock hypothesis and the neutral theory directly offered molecular support for it. However, the oldest fully modern human fossils discovered to date are located in Diaxin, southern China. What they just say? The oldest modern human fossil was found in China, not Africa. If Africa is the mother of us all, why the fuck is the oldest human fossil found in China? Shouldn't that oldest human fossil be found in Africa? Like, they got the studies. Southern China at that. Who lived in southern China? It's always the South. Dating back to 80,000 to 120,000 years. Whereas fully modern human fossils older than 80,000 years have yet to be found in Africa. So they ain't found no fossils that's more than 80,000. So why the hell is we believing in a out-of-African theory where all the oldest fossils of humans was found outside of Africa? sounds like a multi-regional theory should believe other than an out-of-African theory. Admittedly, the fossils and the Deexis consist only in teeth and making it impossible to determine whether the skeletal parts contain non-modern human characteristics. It says, reviewing the past research on the questions human origins, we found that earlier in 1983, scholars had already used the mitochondrial DNA to construct a polygenetic tree model indicating Asian origin, not no fucking African. Regrettably, however, this model was somewhat continuously ignored. They was trying to ignore this and was eventually replaced with the outer African theory proposed for 4 years later. So they ignored real facts, but they said, fuck that. We're going to go with the outer African theory, even though the outer Asian theory is more sound, more credible. And guess what? Asia and America was connected too. It was connected at one point. If you want to be real, so you can say out of America theory or out of Asia theory. I don't give a damn. I'm not an African. That's my whole point. I'm not no fucking African. Because it's impossible. We come for greatness. It says the out of African theory was built on a presumption that the molecular clock is correct, whereas the Asian model was not. Given that the molecular clock model is now widely considered to be incorrect, we clearly should reevaluate the accuracies of these models today. They said we got to reinvestigate. We got to investigate the out of African theory. In addition, otherwise, cornerstone of the out of African theory, the natural theory, and the infinite site model likewise lack a prior consistency and disconnect from reality. It's not real. Failing to provide satisfactory explanations for the molecular evolutionary phenomenon, they're basically saying, y'all can't show that this person evolved to this, to this, to this, to this. You can't show nothing a cross between this. Like you can't show a cross between the Homo erectus and a Homo sapien. What's the cross between those two? You can't prove it. So it's not based on facts. It's based off fiction. That's what the Asians are saying. And you already know fucking Chinese people are smarter than white people, just being real. And they're going to tell the truth about this shit. They got no reason to lie about this shit. But white people, they got a reason to lie. Obviously, studying human origins from the perspective of genetic polymorphism must be predicted upon a complete understanding of what represents. The out of African theory, however, was derived precisely without fully resolving the mystery of genetic diversity. So they've been out here lying, people. In recent years, we've been studying the difficult problem in genetic polymorphism and have established a more complete evolutionary theory. The maximum genetic diversity. I'm telling you, the theory of it says the theory of the limits of genetic diversity. This theory can well explain the evolution and biomedical related questions. Let's see. Do I got to read all that? Because that's just going to break down what polymorphism is. I'm not concerned with that. Jump on down. Yeah. It says, according to MGD theory, we select more neutral, slow evolving. They said they want to see a slow evolving change. Africa doesn't have that. They just made some bullshit up. Slow changing sites that was likely to have reached the saturation of population genetic analysis. It says the criteria for a slow evolving sites are low proportion of saturated and overlapping mutation sites, as well as fewer interspecies sequences differences. Let's see. I just want to get straight to the point. However, unlike the multi-regional hypothesis, or our model shows that the Y chromosome and mitochondrial DNA originated in the same region. So where did the Eve gene originally come from? Where did it originally come from? They said they already telling you It says modern human mitochondrial DNA exhibits significant differences from some archaic human populations, such as Neanderthals, Denisovians, and Homo blah 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 blah. I ain't finna say that long ass word. It says including the emergence of modern human mitochondrial DNA does not significantly predate the first appearance of modern human fossils. Our proposed model locates the roots of both mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome polygenetic trees in Asian populations, not Africans. It says reconfirming the 1983 argument that the mitochondrial root is Asia. The Eve gene is in Asia, not Africa. Why they keep trying to put us in Ethiopia? The Horn of Africa. It says our model is derived from a logical deduction positioning. Sorry, the ancestral mitochondrial haplotype should be the most prevalent present day populations because mutations are low probability events, very rare and only occurring in the minority of the populations. The determination of the ancestral type can be deduced from the characteristics widespread distribution. Thus, the group carrying it at the highest frequency should be the ancestral population. And where's the ancestral population? Asia. It says the rationality of this reasoning is also validated by the fact that it is independently reached by two different research groups. The Ada-Asia model suggests that the mitochondrial group RO is the ancestral type, not L. L is the youngest. They saying O is the oldest of our mitochondrial haplogroups, which contradicts the Ada-African theories. It claims that the haplogroup R lies downstream and the haplogroup N. By analyzing the data, the 1000 Genomes Project, we found that the haplogroup R is the most prevalent in modern southern China. So what they telling y'all? Africa lied about their evolution. They can't prove their evolution, but you can prove it in Asia, and it's slow evolving. And they not saying we come from they're not saying we come from apes in Asia. The oldest human fossil was found in South China, and the second oldest was still found outside of Africa. So what does that tell y'all? The Ada-African theory is bullshit. It's a lie. We should have the oldest fossils found in Africa, but we don't. And that's when I conclude the Ada-African theory.
Man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. I just want to thank you for coming up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to thank you for coming up. When I get rich, I'm gonna be throwing you some money, man. You and Fadi and everybody else that come. I'm broke right now, but y'all gonna help me grow with this great information, man. And I humbly thank you, bro. I know you took out your time getting straight off work, hopping on here. I know you got your family and everything that you got to tend to and stuff like that, man. I just want to thank you and Fadi for coming up today, man, and giving my people some great information, some great education, and just great everything. And to the people that's watching, I want y'all to follow my brother once again. Hold on one second. Let me put his information up. I want you to follow my brother once again, man, Chief Natural on TikTok. If y'all don't have a TikTok, please just download TikTok to follow him. Make sure you follow him. He gives great information. Make sure y'all follow my girl also right here, Fadi Johnson, also on TikTok also. She gives great information also. I might worry her more than I do Chief, because Chief a busy man, but these two people always give me great information, man. It's just always an honor to be surrounded by people like him, and I just feel great for that, you know. And because I messaged him the other night, as if he can come on. He didn't bullshit, he didn't stutter or nothing. He said, "I got you," and I appreciate that, man. So thank you so much, Chief. And any last words you want to say to the family, man? Any other ways they can contact you or whatever?
You already said everything. I want to show this last screenshot real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Let me bring this down. My bad,
this last one, I want to show you that they updated it. The Ada-African theory on Wikipedia.
Hold on. I almost removed you. Here we go. Hold on. I'm still, and black folks, y'all, I'm still trying to work this stuff now. You know. Here we go.
So right here, haplogroup E. They said we was 65,000 years ago. They said haplogroup E was found in South China. Now look at this. Look where they said possibly origins at now.
You're right. In Africa, Lord.
They just ain't updated it for the United States. The world already believes nothing ain't starting in Africa. They
Lord.
leaning towards Asia and America. That's what they lead into. I don't give a damn if like start in Asia. It's better for life to start in Asia than Africa. This just because what the fuck was going on with Africa right now. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean I'm cool with the Asian shit too, bro. But
it's the reason why we like Kung Fu back in the day.
shit, anime, all this shit. I love it all.
All that. It's a reason. It's weird, but yeah, it's a reason, man. Man, thank you so much, Chief, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thank you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I thank you too, Fadi. Fadi was sick up here giving great information, man. I thank you too, also, Fadi.
That's
I am
good.
my ancestor's dream. I done worked your ass for good 4 hours a day. When I get rich, I got y'all. I got y'all.
Oh yeah. We trying to, you know, when we was talking about the debate.
Oh yeah. Talk to me about that right quick.
Man, I've been pressuring Historic in the DMs. I said, man, we need 250. Bare minimum. I said, you need to get somebody 250. Dallas got 250. I got 250. We all gonna put it up, and the winner gonna get 250. And we need a Pan-African judge.
Yeah.
And we, you know, we got you, and we need an Indian judge.
Yeah.
He's scared. They don't want to do it. I'm like, why y'all want to do it? I said, hey, if you want me to lower the fee down to $100,
tell him I'll put something on. I tell him I'll put something on.
Even told, I said, I got people that'll put money up for you.
Yep.
No, I don't want to do it. Y'all trickers. Y'all, yeah, I want to have it on TikTok. I said, no, we having a real structured debate. That cash pot bullshit y'all been doing, no, that's not a real debate. To me, that was a discussions. Now, some of the Indians, they've been putting out some wonderful information. Big shout out to everybody that got their W. But having it on TikTok, man, I'm not debating on TikTok no more. I'll just have a discussion with you. But for now, if it's concerning me or Amaru, we gotta have it on YouTube, bro. And we trying to have both sides get something out of it. Because Pan-Africans, you're gonna get some type of promo off me and Dallas. Because that's all y'all fucking look at. Y'all just want a name for yourselves. We been debating. We need some money for it. This is our time, and we're investing in it. So that's why we saying put the money in the pot. The only Pan-African that was able to put money in the pot last time was Red. And this dude named Dunny.
Mm-hmm.
They got the ass whooped. We got our money, but we did. We had
to put up some. Why he scared to put up some money?
I don't know, man. I debated Historic more than 15 times. Smoked them every last time. And every time after the debate, they always say, we're going to go over your sources. We're going to go over your sources. And what they do is they look for the word African and that's it. And they think you got you. They think they got us, but they don't realize, they don't even understand the reason we put out these sources. A lot of time we put out the sources ain't to prove that we Indians. It's to prove what happened during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, any Pan-African out there, if y'all know any Pan-Africans on YouTube that feel like they going to get the W, hit me up. Hit Fadi up. Hit Dallas up. We're going to put our money on the damn table. We got to get something out of it.
Yeah, facts.
That's just how it is.
And I'm willing to put some money behind the Pan-African then, since Pan-African don't want to put no money up.
Yeah.
Tell them I'll put some money up for him. Tell them, Brian, I'll put some money up for a Pan-African, man. They go half. I'll put the other half on.
And then on top of that, I can't debate on TikTok because, man, every week my page went restricted. Every week.
Yeah. Just come on.
I guess since I'm finna reach 100K followers, they've been fucking with me. They've been fucking with me every day. They took down 5 videos today.
You don't need your page to go.
Yeah, they took down 5 videos today, man. This shit is crazy. They trying to ban my ass, but shit, I keep winning the appeals. But yeah, I'm just doing my shit on YouTube from now on when it comes down to indigenous business, like serious indigenous business and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that, man. Do that. And be careful what you posting too, man, because on your page don't need to go down either. Because people need to get with you and get in contact with you also. And that's a good stepping stool in YouTube also, but You know,
Yeah.
TikTok is great. So
Yeah, I gotta slow down with the white folks and shit.
yeah, slow down with that. What took my I had 3 pages. I had one with 70,000 followers, but the white people I talking about white folks took it down. Then I had another one with 50,000 took me down.
The last video I made was a bullshit video. I just said these white folks are fucking aliens. That's all I said.
Oh yeah,
They took that video got almost 200,000 views. They took that bitch down. I didn't call them no derogatory term or nothing. That I just said you simply aliens. That's it.
Listen, every time I talk, that's why I have to be careful. Cause something about them white folks and them Indians. When I was talking about them Indians, them funky Indians, they took me down. They took one of my videos down too.
Yeah.
Them funky Indians from India.
Oh,
Something about them too. But I can talk about Mexicans, Africans, Caribbeans. I can even talk about some Asians.
Yeah.
Something about them funky Indians and them white folk, they don't like this shit.
Yep.
They don't like this shit.
Hell no. You see them Indians there trying to date black men now. I said, man, keep y'all funky.
Well, I'm seeing that now.
I said,
I'm seeing that out here in Dallas. I'm like, man, what the hell?
I said, ain't no way. I said, I know there's a distinct smell coming from them. You find interest in that? I said, man, she must have cleaned herself up real good. Or something.
Now they do be having some. Nah, I ain't gonna say that, but they do have some rum. But I never thought about hitting one. I never thought about hitting no.
Man, I can't get past the smell, bro.
I can't either. Cause I've been walking in them stoves, man. Them stoves.
I ain't saying they bad looking people, but nah, it's just, social media fucked that up for me.
Spicy. They got their spices. Cause even where I stay, man, listen, it's an Indian out here. They be cooking, man. I could smell this shit for like at least 2 or 3 weeks, man. It just be stinking.
Oh yeah.
I hate this shit, man. That's why
I don't eat Indian food, bro. Even though where I'm from, I know they Indian food is clean. It's just like I said, social media fucked that up for me.
They did, don't it?
I can't do that. I seen an Indian in Subway with his shoes off. Where I'm at, making sandwiches, shit. I walk right the fuck out of there.
I don't blame.
I said, hell no, bro. They be working in Wingstop too.
That's why I got my. Well, I just ordered Wingstop because it's a place called American Best Wings, and some Indians just bought this one out, and I like that place. So I had to go to Wingstop that's owned by this Mexican guy. So yeah, I'm kind of.
They finna put oil out the sewer on that damn chicken.
I know.
Boy, hell no, man. I'm gonna get back to going to black-owned businesses, bro. Even though they charging like $30 a plate and shit, but I said, man, it's worth it, man. It's worth it now. I said I'm gonna have to. Niggas spending our food.
Yep.
The only place you really can trust now is Popeyes, because they ain't niggas. It's just niggas working in Popeyes. So
that's true. Cause at one point in time where I stayed, they had a number of Mexicans working at Popeyes, but ever since that TPS situation, they hired more black folk to come back, and the chicken tastes a hell of a lot better now. You know, but I was suffering.
They said they showed some Mexicans spitting on some bread at was that Arby's? I just seen a video on it. They spit on some toast. It was number of Mexicans in that bit.
Yeah, I ain't surprised, bro. Listen, man, that's why when I go to these places, man, I try to be respectful. I try, even if I got a problem, I say, listen, this was wrong with it. I forgot to tell you I ain't want no onions on there. If I see how they look at me like, I don't even want the food no more.
You know what, bro? You good, man. Yeah. I eat the onions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. Give me shit back. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm happy, man. When me and my old lady go out to eat, man, I'm so happy she ain't one of them ones that like to cuss at folks and shit. Cause I had a chick I was fucking with, man. That girl used to just act a fool if her food was bad. I said, nigga, I ain't eating none of this shit. My wife said her done had eating that shit, and they done spit it, farted in that motherfucker.
I swear. My wife say I'm too insensitive when it comes to the drive-through. She said I be sounding like I be talking crazy to him. I was like, I don't be hearing it. She said, I be sounding on me. I said, man, it's just how it is. But shit, they be talking crazy too. Like I be thinking that
calm down at the drive-through.
It's normal though where I'm at. Like people are always loud, and you know what I'm saying. She think I'm like, man, y'all crazy. Then we get to the drive-through, they laughing and shit. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. But it's nothing but niggas though. It's nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like you ain't doing shit to my shit though. But if I'm pulling up, I see a white person at the window. I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking at the bun. I'm taking every lettuce apart. I'm looking at every damn thing. Cause I mean, I don't know. Especially now, I don't know.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know now. Shit,
Yeah, because I can't eat at Texas Roadhouse no more. I love Texas Roadhouse. I can't eat there no more.
You won't believe me, but I only been there 2 times in my life. Only 2 times.
They got
That's
some good
it.
steak.
I only go on special occasions. And after that, the second time, actually, the last time I went was like almost 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I went was for my birthday. I ain't never been to Texas Roadhouse before that because I never thought it. I used to think like, oh, ain't nothing but white folks in there. I don't like sitting around white people.
Yeah,
I don't like that. So I'm thinking Texas Roadhouse, you're gonna see nothing but white people in there, and I ain't got time for that. So my wife finally taught me to go on to Texas Roadhouse for my birthday. I enjoyed it. The waiter shit was fine. I tipped her $50. Know what I'm saying? Wife got on my ass about that shit, and shit, she gave me a whole bunch of gift cards. The waiter gave me a whole bunch of fucking gift cards and shit. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna go the second time. Came back, I had got almost like a $30-something discount, free biscuits, or free scallop shrimps I was using the cards and shit. Then now I'm hearing shit about people spitting the food. I was like, man, I hope I ain't spitting my shit.
Nah,
I be tipping motherfuckers. Even with
me
DoorDash,
too.
the bare minimum I tip on DoorDash is $10. That's the bare
I tipped
minimum.
this girl $8 on a $10 order.
Popeyes had a rubber in their head. What?
Yeah. I saw that in Texas. Yep, sure would, Deborah. That was big news out here too, boy.
Boy, hold on. Was it Mexicans or please tell me with black folk, man?
It was Mexicans.
Oh, okay.
It was Mexicans.
Okay.
There always be these Mexicans out here. That's why I'm, like I say, man, I hear where I stay at. I kind of know everybody in these restaurants because I frequent it a lot. Because I stay in Flower Mound outside. It's like a Dallas suburb.
How close is that to DeSoto?
DeSoto from me is south, so it's like about 45 minutes away from my house.
Oh shit! Check this out. In December, I'm gonna be out there in DeSoto. I'm gonna link up with y'all.
Yeah, link up with me, man.
Yeah,
link up with me. Please link up with me, man.
With Dallas and them too. Yeah.
What part he stay in? He stay in DeSoto?
I just know he stay in Dallas. That's
okay.
I don't know, but shit, yeah, I'm gonna be out there in DeSoto and shit.
What y'all gonna be doing out here? Just kicking it?
Yeah, my father and them, they stay out there.
Oh, they do. Okay, cool.
He stay next to one of them It's one of the Cowboys' grandmas. It's like a big ass house. He stay over there somewhere.
Yeah, DeSoto, man. That's a beautiful area for black
people. He a tech engineer and shit. He got a big ass house. It's crazy.
Oh, I believe, man. Listen, man. I've been thinking about moving to DeSoto, but I've been out north because I'm like 10 minutes away. Well, about 15 minutes away from Frisco, and I'm close to everything, like everything that be popping in. So I like, man, do I want to? Cause I don't have to go to Dallas for nothing, really.
Yeah,
I ain't gotta go to Dallas for shit. So I like it. But anyway, I know a lot of the people at these restaurants because I frequent them a lot. I eat at their restaurants a lot. So I just hope, like, Lord, don't spit in my shit. And it's mostly white folk in the part I'm at. But when I go to the other side of when I go to Louisville or it's mostly black. So they all familiar with me over here too. So
yeah.
It's scary, man. Now I can't eat. I eat at Texas Roadhouse at least once a month because I love steak, But
and man, Logan's Roadhouse, man, that shit is not good.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I got Texas Roadhouse, the only place I can go to, bro.
Their variety is so limited. I mean, I just say, man, give me a refund. I just drink, man.
Yeah, that's what I do, bro. Listen, and it's a couple. Now they got some upscale steakhouses out here too, but for me, I ate at them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't tell the difference from some Texas Roadhouse and me spending almost $200 at a steak place. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah.
Even when I go to these Brazilian steakhouses, right? Do y'all got that?
Hell no.
Well, basically they'll come around and they'll bring you like 15 different types of steak, right? Like different cuts, and then they'll bring you two different types of chicken and 2 different types of shrimp and shit like that.
They shit got to be real then.
They shit real. But guess what? Still in yet.
Still
Texas Roadhouse, there's no difference. But maybe I'm paying for the experience to have people just constantly walking around say, hey, you want to cut? Then they give you lamb too. But they cut the meat in front of you. You know what I'm saying? They bring you the meat and shit. If
niggas desperately got to go to Texas Roadhouse, just say, hey man, I'm gonna tip you this much before you take my order.
pre-warned.
I'm gonna go ahead and just slide you this 40. Do not spit in my food.
I might have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that shit, man. Hey,
Don't tip them early. Y'all have to tip them out. Tip them early. Let them know because they already got a mindset of thinking that we ain't gonna pay. So say, look, I already paid, nigga. Here.
Yep.
Just here's your tip. Don't spend in my shit. If you desperately need, I don't desperately need Texas, but it appears like I see some of our people is hard headed and they still want to go. They still want that.
I'm one of those niggas, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you, man. I'm
you
still like
you want that critter juice, man. That's nasty.
I know, man. I just can't see because they be so.
Well,
nice.
if they know you already,
they know me though.
Then I don't think they spending your shit. I don't think they spending your shit.
I don't think so either. I just don't see it.
If they already got like a relationship with you, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, because when I go in, bro, they like, oh, you back again? You still getting the same? You still getting the Sprite? You still want to? Because I asked for 2 cups of water and a Sprite, and they always know what I want. Then they always ask me questions and shit. They white people though, but still they just be asking me weird ass questions and shit. Yeah, and I be like, just chopping it over.
Yeah, with them, you got to build a relationship with white folks though. That's the only downside. With black folks, you don't really have to build no relationship. We just treat you like family.
Yeah, because it's understood when we see each other as one.
Yeah. I hate the motherfuckers gotta go through that. I ain't gotta go through it. I don't even eat Texas Royale. But shit. Damn, but if I do, matter of fact, it ain't just Texas Royals now. Anything that's where we gotta dine out, black folks, if we just want to be safe, tilt first, bro. Just tilt first.
That's a good point.
Tilt before ordering. Shit, tip them. Hey, tip them. Have like treat it like it's a drug exchange or some bullshit. Give them the first cut. Then when the shit in, I'm gonna give you the second one. I was like, if you don't spend my shit, none of that shit. Look, here's the second.
Yeah, please don't.
Give them 20 again to give them 20 the next go around.
I be thinking to myself like, what y'all be doing to these folks to make them want to spend your shit?
Man, I know some of it's crazy though. I mean,
I know.
Some of it's crazy. Be fucking shit up, man.
I know. Get the mad and want to send shit back, and I get it. Cause trust me, I ain't delusional now. That's why I try to be like, bro. I hope these motherfuckers don't think that. But listen, Chief, man, I'm gonna get off. Yeah. I gotta head to my old lady house tonight, man, and drop the dog off.
All right, bro.
But I thank you so much once again, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure for you to come on my platform, man. And I thank you so much. If you need the live, you know what to do with it. You can take it, whatever you need to do with it. But I thank you so much, man, for the information, for the game, the education, and everything, man. Just come over here fucking with your boy, man. Thank you so much. What's up, Brooke? Shout out to my girl, Brooke, in the building. Make sure y'all follow my girl, Brooke, also.
Okay,
my
Brooke.
girl, Brooke, was on that. What's that podcast, Brooke, you was on? She was on some podcast going at them Haitians and Africans and shit. Big podcast, too. I'm trying to get on your level, Brooke. I'm trying to get on your level. I'm trying to be seen everywhere, so I got to figure out some shit. Have people like Chief Natural and y'all on here to make me look smart and like I'm worth something.
If there's any FBA that need me to bring out information for y'all against Africans or anything, man, don't hesitate to hit me up.
Yeah, hit up Chief Natural, man. Hit up Chief.
Leo did it. Halo did it. All of them, man. And when they need me, I'll pull up and show my ass, bro.
I know you do.
I'm FBA friendly. Even if you believe you still partial African, you need me to come down, break yourself down. I'll pull up. Just let me know.
All right, man. But listen, man, let me go and get out here. Shout out to everyone else watching. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy Brooke. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow, Brooke. I got a Georgia Democrat that's running in Georgia, and I'm gonna have you and Daniel on the live to chop it up with the Democrats. If you still here, Brooke. But I'm gonna let y'all know who the guy is and all the other shit. It's getting set up right now as we speak. So I'm trying to get that out there, man. I think that's gonna be very interesting. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, Chief, thank you so much, brother. Love you. Peace out to everyone. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all be safe. Peace.